her gym friend. Looking back, I should have known something was off when Ellie started buying matching workout clothes. Matching, like they were some kind of team. I still remember that moment, standing in our bedroom, her phone in my hand, feeling like the floor had disappeared beneath me. One minute I was looking for that photo of our vacation to send to my mom. The next, I was staring at my wife pressed against a wall, another woman's hands wrapped in her hair, their lips. God, it's still hard to say out loud. My wife of 11 years, the mother of our children, with her gym friend, Jessica. That morning had been so ordinary. Coffee, kids' lunches, the usual rush. Ellie kissed me goodbye, actually kissed me, before heading out to work. "Don't forget we have dinner with the Millers tonight," she reminded me, her hand lingering on my shoulder, a beat longer than usual. Was that guilt? Looking back, it's amazing how your brain reinterprets every memory once you know the truth. It was Thursday. Ellie had been doing these women's fitness classes for about 8 months. Twice a week, sometimes 3. Always came home flushed, energized, happy. "It's just nice to have something that's mine," she'd said when she started. And like an idiot, I'd been supportive, encouraged her. Even watched the kids' extra nights when her training sessions ran long. Training sessions, Jesus. I wasn't snooping. I swear I wasn't. Her phone dinged while she was in the shower, and I saw my mom's name in the notification. She'd been asking for those beach photos for her stupid Facebook page for weeks. I knew they were in Ellie's phone because she has the good camera. 3 swipes in. That's all it took. 3 innocent swipes into her photo gallery, and there it was. A whole album labeled Workout Progress. You know that feeling when something is so unexpected your brain can't process it? Like when you miss a step on the stairs, that suspended moment of oh shit before gravity catches up? The first few pictures were normal. Ellie in gym clothes, smiling at the camera. Progress shots of her biceps. Typical fitness journey stuff. Then I saw them. Dozens of photos. My wife and this woman. Tall, with short dark hair, and the kind of defined muscles you don't get from casual fitness classes. Jessica, the infamous gym friend Ellie had mentioned so casually over dinner. Jessica showed me this new protein shake recipe. Jessica thinks I should adjust my form. Jessica says, there they were in gym selfies, arms around each other. Innocent enough. Then, less innocent. Pictures in what looked like a car, a hotel room. My wife wearing lingerie I'd never seen before. My hand started shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. The shower was still running, steam curling under the bathroom door, the sound of Ellie humming, actually humming, while my entire reality collapsed around me. I heard the water shut off. Quick decision time. Confront her now, naked, wet, caught off guard. Or pretend I saw nothing. Gather more information. Figure out how deep this went. I put the phone down exactly where I found it. Walked out of the bedroom. Drove to work on autopilot. You ever try to focus on quarterly sales projections when you've just discovered your wife has been living a double life? Not recommended. Mike, you okay? My boss stopped by my desk around noon. You look like you've seen a ghost. Worse, I've seen my wife kissing another woman. Stomach bug, I muttered. Might head home early. But I didn't go home. I sat in my car in the office parking lot and did what any self-respecting person in crisis would do. I stalked Jessica on social media. It wasn't hard to find her. Ellie had mentioned her full name once. Jessica Reyes, personal trainer at Elevate Fitness. Certified something or other with an Instagram full of workout videos and motivational quotes. She was beautiful. Not in a conventional way, but in that intense, focused way that makes people stare. No wedding ring in any photos. Lots of client transformation pictures. And there, sprinkled throughout, My wife. Always tagged with a heart emoji. A fucking heart emoji. I scrolled back, trying to pinpoint when it started. 8 months ago, the first photo appeared. Excited to work with this determined new client. #fitness journey #new beginnings. New beginnings. The irony wasn't lost on me. What do you do when you realize you're the only one who doesn't know your marriage is over? When did we go from "till death do us part" to this? Was it something I did? Something I didn't do? The questions made me dizzy, made my chest tight like someone was sitting on it. I called the office, told them I wouldn't be back today, drove to the gym, her gym, and sat in the parking lot, wondering if I'd actually go in. What would I even say? "Hi, I'm looking for the woman who's sleeping with my wife." Instead, I went home and opened a bottle of whiskey at 2 p.m. on a Thursday. The kids got home from school at 3:30. Emma and Luke, 9 and 7, arguing about something that happened on the bus. Normal. Everything so achingly normal while my world was imploding. "Daddy, why are you home?" Emma asked, dropping her backpack in the middle of the floor like always. "Just finished work early, pumpkin." I was already halfway through the whiskey, but managing to sound normal. I think. "How about we make cookies?" That's what we were doing when Ellie got home at 5:45. Flour everywhere, kids laughing, me drinking apple juice from a coffee mug while the oven timer counted down. "Well, this is a surprise." She smiled, actually smiled, and kissed each of the kids on the head. Then tried to kiss me. I turned my face so her lips landed on my cheek instead. "Everything okay?" she asked, that little crease forming between her eyebrows, the one I used to find adorable. "Perfect," I said, raising my mug in a mock toast. "Just perfect." The kids chattered through dinner, oblivious to the fact that their father was silently falling apart, and their mother was, what? A liar? A cheater? A woman who had discovered something about herself that I couldn't give her. After bedtime stories and tucking in, Ellie found me in the living room, staring at nothing. "Mike, seriously, what's going on? And don't say nothing. You've been weird all night." For a second, I almost backed down. Almost said, "rough day at work," or "not feeling well." The familiar excuses we use to avoid hard conversations. Instead, I looked her in the eye and said, "How's Jessica?" 3 seconds of silence. I counted them. 1, 2, 3. The color drained from her face. "What?" "Your gym friend. Jessica. The one you've been fucking behind my back for 8 months. That Jessica." Her hand flew to her mouth. Not denial, not outrage at the accusation. Just caught. "Mike," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I can explain." "Can you?" Because I'd really love to hear how you explain those photos, or the hotel room, or the fact that you've been lying to my face every day while I'm here thinking we're happy. She sank onto the couch, as far from me as possible. "It's not what you think." I laughed, a harsh, ugly sound I didn't recognize. "It's exactly what I think, Ellie. I saw the pictures, all of them, so don't insult me by lying more." Tears welled in her eyes. I never meant for this to happen. But it did happen, and you let it keep happening. For months. I took another drink, realized my mug was empty. Was it all a lie? Us? Because I'm trying to figure out if I ever really knew you. Of course not. She was crying now, mascara making dark tracks down her cheeks. You and the kids are everything to me. Apparently not everything, since you needed this. She looked down at her hands, twisting her wedding ring, the one I'd slid onto her finger 11 years ago, promising forever. "I love you, Mike. I always have. But, she took a shaky breath. "With Jessica, it's different. I feel seen in a way I never have before. And I don't see you, After 11 years of marriage, 2 kids, building this whole life together, I don't see you. Not the way she does. Those 5 words cut deeper than anything else she could have said. Tut. The kids were at my mother's the next weekend when I finally met Jessica. Not my choice. Ellie insisted we all talk together. If we're going to figure this out, we need to be honest. All of us. Figure this out. Like it was a scheduling conflict or budget disagreement, not the complete destruction of our family. We met at a coffee shop downtown, neutral territory. I spotted her immediately. Sharp jawline, confident posture, watching the door like she was waiting for someone. When she saw us, her eyes lit up at the sight of Ellie, then dimmed when they shifted to me. I'd imagined this moment 100 times over the past week. Sometimes I was calm, coldly dismissive. Sometimes I caused a scene, overturning tables and shouting. Once or twice, in my darkest moments, the scenario ended with violence. But sitting across from her, all I felt was tired. So damn tired. "Mike," she nodded, offering her hand like this was a business meeting. I stared at it until she awkwardly withdrew it. "I want you to know," she started, voice steady and measured, "that I never intended to hurt your family. Ellie talks about you and the kids all the time. She loves you very much." "Spare me the 'it's complicated' speech," I cut in. "I didn't come here for your permission or blessing or whatever this is. I came because Ellie asked me to." Jessica glanced at my wife, some unspoken communication passing between them. The intimacy of it made me nauseous. "Mike," Ellie said softly, reaching for my hand across the table. I let her take it, but mine lay limp in hers. "Jessica and I. What we have. It doesn't erase what you and I have." I pulled my hand back. "Doesn't it, though? Because from where I'm sitting, you've been living 2 separate lives, and I'm trying to understand how the woman I've shared a bed with for over a decade could do that." "I'm still me," she insisted. "I'm still the same person." "That's the problem," I said, the realization hitting me as I spoke. "You are the same person, which means this was always part of you, and you either hid it from me or you just figured it out. Either way, where does that leave us? Where does that leave me?" Jessica cleared her throat. "If I could just—" "No," I cut her off again. "You don't get to talk right now. This isn't about you. This is about 16 years together, 5 dating, 11 married. This is about Emma and Luke, who have no idea their entire world is about to change because their mother found herself what? A girlfriend? A lover? What exactly are you calling this?" Ellie's eyes darted around the cafe, aware that my voice was rising. "Mike, please. Please what, Ellie? Please keep it down? Please understand? Please forgive you? Which one are you asking for?" She was crying again. Jessica reached over and squeezed her arm, a gesture so naturally intimate it answered my question before Ellie could. "We're in love," Jessica said simply, not backing down from my glare. "It wasn't planned. It wasn't to hurt you. But we are." "In love," I repeated, the words tasting bitter. "And what about our vows, Ellie? What about the life we built? The future we planned?" "I don't know," she whispered. "I don't have all the answers. I just know I can't pretend anymore." I stood up, my chair scraping loudly against the floor. "Well, that makes one of us, because I'm going to have to pretend everything's fine for our children until we figure out how to tell them their mother chose her gym trainer over their father." I walked out, ignoring Ellie calling my name. It was raining, because of course it was, but I welcomed it. Needed something to explain the wetness on my face to the strangers I passed. 3 months later, I'm sitting in a different coffee shop, across from a different woman. My lawyer, stern, efficient Margaret with her reading glasses and perpetually furrowed brow. "The terms are pretty straightforward," she's saying, sliding papers across to me. Joint custody. Split 50/50ths. You keep the house. She's not contesting that. Child support is standard based on both your incomes. I stare at the dissolution of my marriage, reduced to legal jargon and dollar amounts. And she's moving in with her, I ask, although I already know the answer. Margaret nods. Jessica Reyes is listed as her new address. The judge will want to know there's adequate space for the children during her custody time. There is, I say automatically. 3-bedroom condo downtown. I've seen it. This is what co-parenting looks like now, knowing intimate details about my wife's new life with her girlfriend. Then everything seems in order. Just need your signature. I pick up the pen, hover over the line that will legally end 11 years of marriage. Can I ask you something, Margaret? Not as my lawyer, just as a person who's seen a lot of divorces. She takes off her glasses, instantly transforming from brisk professional to surprisingly kind-eyed human. Of course. Does it get easier? Not the logistics. I know that gets figured out. But the betrayal. The feeling like you missed something massive that was right in front of you. She considers this carefully. In my experience, yes and no. The acute pain fades. The shock wears off. But there's always a scar, a before and after, in your life. I sign my name. Watch the ink dry. The hardest part, I say, surprising myself by continuing, is that I still love her. How messed up is that? After everything, I still catch myself thinking about calling her when something good happens at work, or when Luke said something funny. That's not messed up, Mike. That's being human. Love doesn't just disappear because circumstances change. I push the papers back toward her. So what now? Now, she says, gathering the documents efficiently. You rebuild. Different than before, but maybe just as good in its own way. Emma asked me last week if I hated Jessica. We were making pancakes. Sunday morning tradition at Dad's house now. No, Pumpkin, I said, trying to find the right words. I don't hate her, but she took Mommy away. I put down the spatula and knelt to her level. 9 years old and already trying to sort out adult complexities. No one took Mommy away. Mommy is still your mommy, and I'm still your daddy. We just live in different houses now. Because Mommy loves Jessica. Mommy loves lots of people. She loves you and Luke more than anything in the world. And she loves me too, just differently than before. Emma considered this, head tilted the same way Ellie's does when she's thinking hard about something. Do you still love Mommy? The question knocked the wind out of me, from the mouths of babes. Yes, I answered honestly. I'll always love Mommy. We made you and Luke together. We'll always be connected because of that. She nodded, satisfied in that way kids are when adults give them straight answers. Can I flip this one? She asked, pointing to a pancake with bubbles forming on its surface. Sure thing, Chef. Go for it. Yesterday, I dropped the kids off at Ellie and Jessica's place after my weekend. Usually I just wait in the car. Honk when we arrive. The handoff choreographed to minimize contact. But Luke forgot his science project, and I had to bring it to the door. Jessica answered, surprise flickering across her face. Mike. Hi. Luke forgot this, I said, holding up the solar system made of styrofoam balls and pipe cleaners. She called over her shoulder, Luke, your dad's here with your project. Thundering footsteps. Then my son appeared, face lighting up. Thanks, Dad. I would have been in so much trouble. I ruffled his hair. No problem, buddy. That's what dads are for. He disappeared inside, leaving Jessica and me in one of those awkward silences that seemed to stretch forever. They're good kids, she said finally. The best, I agreed. Another pause. She's happy, Jessica said quietly. I know that doesn't help you, but I thought you should know. I looked past her into the apartment. glimpses of my old life rearranged into something new. Ellie's favorite throw blanket on an unfamiliar couch. Luke and Emma's artwork on unfamiliar walls. The sound of Ellie's laugh floating from another room. "It does help, actually," I said, surprising both of us. "Not at first, but now, it helps." She nodded, a tentative smile forming. "You're a good man, Mike. She always said that about you." "Yeah, well," I shoved my hands in my pockets. "Tell the kids I'll pick them up Friday at 6. "Will do." I was halfway to my car when her voice stopped me. "Mike?" I turned. "I never meant to wreck your life." I looked at her. Really looked at her. For maybe the first time. Not as the villain in my story, but as a person who had fallen in love. Complicated as that was. "I know," I said. And somehow, finally, I did. Tonight, I have a date. First one in, well, since college, if we're being honest. Her name is Diane. She teaches 3rd grade, and we met at a single-parent support group I joined last month. I'm nervous as hell. Spent 20 minutes choosing a shirt like some teenager. Almost canceled twice. But I'm going, because life moves forward, even when you're not ready. Especially when you're not ready. I catch myself checking my phone, half expecting a text from Ellie wishing me luck. Old habits. Then I remember we don't do that anymore. Instead, there's a message from Emma. "Have fun on your date, Daddy." Luke says, "Don't be weird." I laugh out loud in my empty house. Kids, they adapt faster than we do. I take one last look in the mirror. I'm different now. Sadder in some ways, stronger in others. There's a new line between my eyebrows that wasn't there a year ago. But I'm still here, still standing, still capable of walking out that door and into whatever comes next. And somehow, that feels like enough.